this evening. I'd like to thank the Observable Reading Series and the St. Louis Poetry Center and Nancy Hughes. And also, I think we owe a big round of applause to Brett Underwood. And I'd also like to thank up front my beatific doghouse bass buddy, Art Dwyer. On Day of the Deadbeats, I always like to recognize the women because there's just not enough of them read and not enough of them here reading. And even though I read Kerouac generally, I always like to pay a little homage to the women, and there's no more beat dame than Joan Vollmer, the common law wife of Bill Burroughs. And for those of you that don't know, this is my Joan Vollmer hat. While living in Mexico City, Joan and Bill attended a party where everybody had been drinking gin for hours. While Bill announced that it was time for the William Tell Act, and Joan put a glass of water on her head and turned her face, saying she couldn't stand the sight of blood. Bill Burroughs, a crack shot, took aim from about 6 feet away, and Joan Vollmer died instantly. Bill Burroughs served 2 weeks in jail for this aberrant behavior. I am Joan Vollmer. I'm going to read a couple, 3 poems by Jack Kerouac. I really dig his poetry, and round it out by reading an excerpt from his great sad novel, The Subterraneans. I just learned about a Hollywood film version of the novel, I haven't seen it yet, where the character of the carefree African-American jazz barfly, Mardu Fox, is played by Leslie Caron, who knows why, and that Jerry Mulligan, who's actually mentioned in the excerpt that I'm going to read this evening, plays a street priest. One more thing I'd like to point out is that the Beats emerged from the political and cultural climate of McCarthyism. And I'm just hoping and praying that perhaps we'll witness another great cultural wave now that the reign of W is all but over. And as Jack will say to that, there's your karma, ripe as peaches. I, poor French-Canadian Tijon, become a big, sophisticated hipster aesthete in the homosexual arts. I mutter to myself in childhood French, I, Indian head, I, Mooglu, I, the wild one, the wild boy, I, Claudius Brutus McGonagall McQuarrick, hopper of freights, Skid Row habitué, railroad Buddhist, New England modernist, 20th century storyteller, crumb, crap, dope, divorcee, hype, type, sitter in windows of life. Idiot far from home, no wood in my stove, no potatoes in my field, no field. Hepcat, howler, whaler, waiter in the line of time, lazy, washed out, workless. Yearner after Europe, poet manqué, pas tough. Stool gatherer, food destroyer, war evader, nighttime dreamer, angel beer, wisdom seer, fool, bird, Coca-Cola bottle. I am in need of advice from God and will not get it, not likely, nor soon, nor ever. Sad Saha world, we were born for nothing, from nothing. Respects to our sensitive keeners, up and down the crime. Oh, Melville, thy soul sustains me more than all the Buddhas that have passed with the water under the Brooklyn Bridge.